Om. 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 Sahana vavatu, Sahanau bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant, and may we not cavil at it. Om. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. We welcome everyone to the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. And now we'll continue our Gita Jnana Yajna. We are after a lapse of 3 weeks. In a different way we were doing Yajna there. So we'll be starting chapter 18 in the electronic copy. You have soft copy, page 84. And in the hard copy, it is page 172. So last week, 3 weeks ago, last time, we were talking, the emphasis was on the sloka, Ananya Chintayanto Mam Yejana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogachemam Vahamyaham. Swami says this is the fulcrum, this is the navel for the whole Gita, most emphasis. This is everybody at least know the meaning. If not, you can't memorize. Chapter 9, Shloka 22. This is important. When you think about me all the time, I will take care of your welfare and give you what you want, safeguard it. But higher meaning we talked, you will realize that there is nothing else but God. Ananyas, there is nothing but God. When you realize that, then you will be one with God. So yoga means, you can see that different meanings, spiritual meanings, depending on one is literal meaning, another is higher meaning, spiritual meaning. And really he does. So recent conference was a testimony to that. Everybody was worried of, oh, there will be rain, what will we do with that, and there will be, so all that. So Swami took care of that. Particularly the proof was on the day we had that interfaith leaders came. Every day it was nice weather, right? Ladies' Day, we had nice processions, honey, and Saturday, Sunday, Friday, only Thursday. And even that day, people came from different directions. People came from Hollywood, the Swami Sarvadevananda, Mahayogananda. It was raining like anything, torrential. Because as soon as they're coming clear. And somebody, Buddhist monk, were coming, I think, around Hacienda Heights area. Then when he said, and the rabbi, those people coming from San Diego area. So everywhere it was raining, here Swami cleared it and there was sunshine. So how he is in charge. So all the arrangements we can do, we can give good food, we can transport, but we can't control whether only God can do that. Shows if we leave it to him, that which is not, he will take care of that. So, and also that people did this is, they practiced Gita in practice. What Gita says, Nishkama Karma, right? Selfless service and service dedicated to God. So many people felt the love of Swami and presence. That is the proof. So I got a wonderful letter from the devotees from Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and Russia. Even the very fact they got the visa, that is Swami's miracle. They were really in divine bliss. And then people from South Africa, they wrote, so how they said, this is the real Hamlet of divine love, Sai Prema. So that is good. And also some Polish devotees, were very happy. So different ones from Brazil, all over the world. So we have about 43 countries who attended. Everybody was feeling the divine love and presence. Always there will be little challenges, but still people work with unity. We can always, I tell people, we are happy we did good, but always we need to do self-audit and say, Swami says, what can we do better next time? Everybody had good food. So Suma was part of the food committee, and then Nilesh and Lasso Dada is not here. So the food was, they said the main thing, I didn't want food to be run out, and it didn't run out. They said, right? They had food all the days and a lot of things. So that was good. So we need to do work for God, and He showers His grace. We will all experience that. So the thing here, Swami gave the whole explanation about that Ananya Chinta, by the story of a person. It is easy to say, you do the God, He will take care. But whether you are really practicing it, whether it's achara or prachara, that means you can talk about it. That is called Vacha Vedantam. Just to talk about it, memorize, know slokas. Even little kids, 5-year-old kids can 700 slokas they can chant. But really, even one sloka, whether really you understand and live the life, that is the most important thing. So that is what Swami was emphasizing, gave the story. Remember how that Pandit, he was explaining it to the king, and king said, you didn't understand. What he thought was, he didn't understand the meaning. He didn't, because if you really believe that God will take care of your needs, you don't come to me, right? You will pray to God. Why will you come to me? Because his wife, who didn't go to school or college, she understood, and she told her husband. He says, hey, you should be in the kitchen. What do you know? But she told, did you understand? If you really understand, only person you ask is only God. Even Sathya the other day, Swami says, don't be a beggar before people. Swami told him, he was telling about Walkman, how God, don't ask other people, only ask God. Actually, there is a story, I think, in Akbar's time. So there was a saint, he was always, the saintly people have done too much money, they were suffering poverty, he was not. So he went to the king, wanted to ask some favors. He went to Akbar, meanwhile he was praying, he was praying. He was asking, oh, give me this, so many horses, give me this wealth, I want this kingdom. Oh my God, he is asking, so I'm asking from a beggar, I'm begging. Why don't I ask the highest, the one who is giving even to the king the wealth? Then he was right away going back. Then king noticed, hey, you came, you are going away. He says, I will go to the emperor of the emperors, the Lord himself. So that is what we need to realize, that once you have God, that is what Jesus, what did he say? Seek ye the kingdom of God, everything shall be added unto you. Once you have kingdom of God, we should have that conviction. If I have Swami, if I have God, I don't need to worry about anything else. You love everybody, love family, your career, your job, everything, the world, but that is not the priority. Priority is God. Go on repeating. That's why he says you need to practice that thing. That's why that beautiful story. Again, if people forgot that story, read it. Swami emphasized almost 3 pages that story was to say that only dependence on God. If you are dependent on the world, you need to do your effort. And classical example is Gajendra. So he was fighting, a crocodile caught him. If they say he fought for 1,000 years, he thought he's very strong, he will win. But then he realized, oh my God, I can't do it myself. He says, Lord, who is there protecting everybody, please come. Then the Lord comes and saves him. But till that time, God just watches. You think you are strong, okay, fight. And even Draupadi, same thing. So she was trying to protect her honor when they were trying to disrobe. So she was trying to hold it herself. God didn't come, and she gave up both hands. Lord, I can't do anymore. So put both the hands up, surrender to him. Then he gives unending flow of the saris. So complete surrender, that is the secret of spiritual life. So these 3 shlokas, what are those 2 shlokas? At least anybody say? Chapter 2, number good, Pavina. Sathya. We need to all remember chapter 2, number 7. That talks about the surrender. Yeah, prapanna.
Then the 9:22.
9:22. This Ananya Chintayanto Ma. And third?
1866.
Good. These 3: 2:7, 9:22, 18:66. This gives the summary. Swami says most important shlokas in the Gita. It is like a balance is there. The middle is the Anya Chintayantomam. This side is Karpanya Dosho Upagata Svabha. That means for people who don't know, first shloka is Arjuna was confused, deluded. He didn't know what to do, fight. He gave up all his weapons, drops it. So I'm really confused. He's such a great hero. He did so much tapas. He got Pashupatashram. Even such a person, he was confused and he dropped it. And finally he says, he argues, this is not good, why to fight, go to meditate is better and all that. But I realized this Karpanya dosa, I'm confused. So now as your disciple, I'm asking you complete surrender. You tell me whatever you tell, I will do it. You jump from the top of the mountain, whatever you do, Pruchamitvam dharma sammuda cheta. I don't know what is good. So when we do that completely with sincerity to God, He will give the thing. And second one is here, Ananya Chintayantomant. But everywhere there is a condition. If you do, always think of me, I will take care. If you are part-time devotee, you will also part-time benefits. And the last one, Sarvadharman Parityajya, same thing. If you have completely surrendered to me, Mam ekam sharanam vraja, he said. You surrender to me only. It is a single seat sofa. Swami says, not double seat. So you want to hear, you can't serve God, and Jesus said, you can't serve 2 masters, God and mammon, that means money. You can't serve. If you give priority to wealth in life, then there is not the highest. You need it for what you need, but you need to completely, Mam ekam sharanam vraja. God is very jealous God. He wants all the priority to Him. Give everything, you take care. It's all secondary importance. The more you sacrifice, then God does that. Then He will take care of, remove our sins, our burdens, and He will take care of that. So that is why these 3 shlokas go on to only 3 shlokas. Every shloka of Lord Krishna word is a mantra, is very precious, like gems. But these 3 Swami emphasized, these 3 are the 4 important shlokas. So whatever it is, so Swami says, do practice, not just reading or reciting is good, but more important is understand and practice. Okay, we can continue now on the page 172 here, or page 84 on the soft copy.
Saira, may I share about the conference and Swami's birthday?
Everybody else also, Is there anybody? Everybody was there, right? Is there anybody who was not there? Anybody who was not there? Everybody almost says everybody was there. So you can see how you feel, because this is for feeling divine love and experience. That is the purpose of the conference, is to have the purities, enlightenment, just to see where we stand, how much we have to go. And it also gives a lessons. God, that is the times where the egos clash. People want to fight for their seat or for their position or the food. So it really shows God brings about our things, what is the problems we have. Still we have that ego, jealousy and irritability, anger. So it brings about saying that we have to do those practice. It's important to serve, but more important to get rid of those negative qualities. That is important. Go ahead, you share.
Sairam, I think I still haven't come down to a normal state, and I still had a dream this morning too about Swami. So as you said, the weather was like the rain and all that. So there's absolutely nothing except just that, like a few showers of blessing, as you said. But the starting from Ladies' Day procession, holding Mary and Ishvarama and walking Vedanta, was just so beautiful. And then the altar was just like every day. It just, I felt like these two eyes are not enough to, so beautiful. And the day of the birthday, I thought, I didn't know, was just a Swami swing here. It was so really beautiful. And then I think the kids made Swami sitting at the table was seemed like so real, and reading all our letters. I thought that was the cutest thing. I think Srivarli, they're all made Swami. So beautiful.
Young adults initiative that was.
Yeah, so beautiful. So beautiful. And then the arch thing. Other thing I wanted to share is especially Satyajit's told so many Swami's personal thing as a physical body, you know, he's brushing his hair and all those. But on the other hand, how Swami revealed the highest glimpses of him being a Paramatma. He was there then, he's here. And also for Satyajit, for him to say that, like that there's no beginning or end for as a jiva, I thought that was such a profound thing. And also I think I really loved the choir and the panel discussions, especially even the youngsters taking the little nuggets home. I carried a few of the nuggets to see how I would practice. And as you said, the food. And I didn't really felt, I know that we're all volunteering, but I didn't really feel any tense or anything. Everybody was covering everybody. It was just like, it was just so beautiful. I've never felt that. But I think I thought that's really the peak for me. On Monday, Satyajit was giving Harati. We all stood up. I felt like, I just had to share this analogy. It's when there is a rocket launch, that the rocket takes off against the gravity. That's the hardest force. Like, I felt like every other noise could be okay. It just felt like I was just taking it off to the space. That bliss and that energy and the beautiful, amazingly beautiful. And so many people from Mexico, they were sharing some of them. And some of the devotees were sitting next to us from Germany. And so they were sharing some of theirs and how they brought their own little plate and bowl and their little, it was just so beautiful, so beautiful.
Yeah, they were practicing Go Green.
Yeah.
So one of the senior leaders, Manfred, he was telling, he brought his own thing, but he said, 16 meals, 18 meals, 1,000 people, 18,000 plates and tastes. So we should bring. That's a good point, but it's not practical. Sometimes life it is good. Ideally, we should go green, nothing there. But you see whether it is practical to wash so many things, each one bringing it. But in one of the days. But right now, this time we were most go green. Like we print the program, the booklets, and we do that. So this time, I don't know how many people use that app we had, the SSO event app first time. That was very helpful. So on the right, it was live, what the program changed, what finished. So lot of things we try to go green and not to waste the things. But sometimes we need to go slow and do when we can. So that, but the main thing is a lot of people felt divine love, people coming from different parts of the world. It is, whether it is Central America, South America, Northern Europe, Southern Europe, and Far East Asia, New Zealand, Fiji, or Africa,
Canada,
particularly Russia people. As I was telling, that is the only place where God can unite, right? Russia and Ukraine. Can you say they just put the flags together, and Iran and Israel have them and do that? I didn't know that, but they said India and Bangladesh. Bangladesh, there is a problem. I don't watch politics. They said there is a tension, and India and Bangladesh, they had a flag together. So all this is shows for God, everybody, He's our father and mother, and we are all brothers and sisters. So what we need to carry that feeling of love. There is the whole thing is everybody felt loved. Everybody, for anybody else. So Pravina was inspired to share. Anybody else wants to share?
next time.
Yeah.
A lot of German guests told me that.
Yeah.
And also, I thought the extent of waste, maybe we can think about it.
Yeah, even young adults felt that. But Nilesh said something, these are all, there are two things, recyclable or something, he said. What is that?
Right. That's I've noticed all the paper plates. It's not a plastic. That's I'm so happy about
These
that
are all
part.
to be, what is that he said? Degradable, yeah.
Right.
So that,
Right.
everything is, so that is completely this, but at least that is better than using plastic. That is good. So, stepwise will move in the right direction. So that is.
And many guests were in tears last day on Monday. They were.
Not only I got the emails, but a lot of people, they said they felt like they didn't want to go, and things. Some people extended a few days extra, but it was nice, that kind of feeling. Because any number of, I tell people, Zoom calls, we meet. That's why even emails we write to people, message. I tell people there is nothing like personal touch. Nowadays, even the children, everybody, I know text message, it has a role. I was against those text messages. First, take a phone, is it to call, ideally person to person when I meet, that vibration is different. Personally, when we meet in person, everybody said, even young adults, in person you meet and talk to uncle, we didn't even never saw you, we just saw you, and the phone is nothing like personally meeting. So we all need to have that human touch, personal connection. Then you really feel that love. The Zoom, the thing is necessary. Sometimes we have to do that. There is no choice. But you need to think about personal calls with people, family, friends, even the officers, I believe. And then same thing, meeting in people occasionally. All these conferences we met in Kenya, here, recently I went to Malaysia. I encourage that, because then when officers, we all meet online, but we sometimes don't even know who that is. So when you meet, it's a different experience. We should, another thing we can take home and do that meet, even here also, that I know some people are joining on Zoom. So once in a while they can come here in the center and also show their face and enjoy. That vibration is there always.
And also, I wanted to share one more thing. I think this is for me, the essence. I felt like I belonged there for everybody. It's like, it was such a joy. Everybody is like that belonging, I think. Everything else is secondary. How the food and arrangements, and even the little golf things from the parking lot, golf carts were so cute. They were so ready. And then at the hotel, the shuttles were ready before 6 o'clock and then before 9 o'clock. It was just amazing, the team wise.
No, this is called Sai family. Swami, 1983, he wrote, they had a symposium in Rome. The same thing, unity is divinity, purity is enlightenment. Swami said, this is a family gathering. That is what we feel. So in the books you read scriptures, Vasudhaika Kutumbam, the whole world is one family. This is the proof, world is one family. In United Nations they meet, but then love is not there. People attack each other and criticize. Here, the bond is size love. Everybody feel we belong to the family. The next one sitting next to you is German, it could be a Mexican, it could be from Russia, it could be from Kazakhstan. Anywhere you feel connected, because I felt that mainly when I was traveled. I went to 47 countries many years ago, many places. Any place, just Sai Ram, you feel connected. They come, you become right away. You feel so. This is divine. Blood connection is different. Blood brothers and blood sisters. You also love them, but this is connection because of the love for God. And Swami says there is a nursing one shatakam called Ni Bhakta Varulanta Nijamaina Bandhavul. True relatives are your devotees. The others are obligation because of bloodline and connection, but the real, that connection of all of you, they feel like we feel this, we all belong to one family. And that extended to the country, then extend to the world, then you feel we are all immersed in that divine love and happy.
Just one more suggestion I remembered at the bookstore.
Yeah, she did a good job in telling Swamis who spread Swami's message, we are discussing and giving talks, that is good, but selling books, he did a good job. You worked there 2 days,
Thank
right?
you. But we sold for 4 days.
4 days. Oh, that's good, 4 days. Yeah.
So many people came and asked me for Spanish books.
Yeah, we have actually Spanish, but I don't know why they didn't supply them. We have Spanish books in the bookstore.
So next time, if we can plan getting all books from all languages, they will feel that we thought about thought about
we
them.
should have it. Yeah, because there are people from many countries, languages. At least Spanish should be there. Spanish, and they have Italian also, Greek, and it was translated. Russian, many books they translated, but there are only 9 people from those countries, Russia and Kazakhstan.
Arabic too, there were 5 books only, and one person came and got all 5.
It was also Arabic.
5. So there is a big demand, and people from Poland, and they brought some books. Maybe we should get some permission to print it translate it, and publish it, and keep it ready for the next.
Can you believe that in Islam country they want to come and buy only it can happen in Sai thing. Otherwise, some countries it is very difficult. You can, like I went to Malaysia, they're very strict. You cannot talk about Allah. If you're a non-Muslim and you say Allah, they will take you. We're very serious about these countries where we are blessed in this country, freedom of speech, and we can practice what you want. But some of those countries, and even Qatar, I went. That was Haima also was there with me, about 15 years ago, and they wanted me to speak in the Sai Center. I spoke there, and there were about 150 people were there. After that, they told Dr. Reddy, you wait here. Why? So then they were going. Only 4 people at a time leave. I said, why? Because 100 people at a time leave, the police will be monitoring them, and they say, what is this organization? They are already closed Ravi Shankar's thing. They closed their Art of Living, they closed, and Hare Krishna, and even they are thinking of Sai thing. So some of those places, in Qatar, I was there. That time they said, you cannot one day watch what these people are doing, and they will be in trouble. So that way, we should count our, and same thing I told the story of Uzbekistan. I told you that story. So in I went to Russia, and then one lady, Uzbekistan, she wanted to meet me. So this Valeria arranged it. I said, okay, ma'am, what is the problem? Oh, Dr. Reddy, so I'm from Uzbekistan. So she was reading Swami's books. The police came to her house. What are you reading? The Sai Baba books. So you cannot read them. I'm going to arrest you, he says, unless you throw away these books. Then she said, I will consult my lawyer, she said. She's right. Why can't you read? Then that guy said, I will plant some drugs on you. He told her, police guy. And then once for all, you will be in jail. Poor lady, she was so scared. So the only thing is that I will fine you $600. You pay the $600. And do you know $600 for her to make that? She takes 5 years to save that. They make so little. Such poor countries. I didn't know that this Uzbekistan and all that. To save that $600 so many years. So all my life saving, this guy is there. But still, she goes to a mountain very near a hiding place and reads that. My God! So because in the home, anytime they may come and catch her. So that kind of thing. Then you realize how, like we have here, compared to this Qatar, Uzbekistan, all these countries, is that we take granted our freedom. So be happy that we can read Swami and talk about Swami. Even some other places, Russia, they can't even put Swami's picture. They don't put it. So just they will put symbol, values. That is it. Because they say, who is this man you are putting? Because there they have problem. 3 things in Russia. That is why I admired that we supported them. 9 people came. Government is against them. They don't want organized. And organized religion, that is the Christian, they are against them. And economically, they are so poor. So always they have challenges in all directions. So hats off to them. In spite of that, they have dedication to Swami. That is not easy. So when everything goes smooth, everybody is a devotee. But we have economic challenges, political challenges, challenges from the organized church, religion. So this is still, they all have so much commitment. So that shows priority to God. They don't worry about other things. It looks like you finished all the time for the. It's okay. We are talked about only about good things, God. Yeah, go ahead.
Sairam, even today, many learned men who go about discoursing on Gita and doing propaganda for it don't observe its principles in practice. They're engaged in simply expounding to the world the valueless rind, the textual meaning, the sense of the words, and nothing more, trying to spread the Gita without actually practicing it. It tantamount to ruining the cause and insulting the sacred book. They extol the Gita as very breath of their life, as the crown of all scriptures, and as having emanated from the lips of the Lord himself. They show so much reverence for the book that their eyes overflow with the tears at the very mention of its name. They place it on their heads. They press it on their eyes. They keep it in their shrines and offer puja to it with the great bursts of demonstrative devotion. All the respect, all the worship is only for the paper and the book. If indeed they have reverence for the words of the Lord, the contents of the book, they would have striven to put them into practice. Is it not? No, they do not strive. They have no iota of experience. If they have the experience, none of them would barter the spread of that experience for money. They would yearn only for grace. Not even 1 in a million among the Gita Pracharakas today, among those who talk about their mission of spreading the Gita, has the yearning for the grace of the Lord. No, if they have that yearning, they would not have thought of income or of money. Here, I think that we just talked about the Pandit and Maharaj and the wife's message. 3 things were really pointed out there. Worshipping without any other thought, one but surrender to him, and then fix the mind in him. Those 3 things here clearly says that's lacking. This is just a discourse and not having that true. If there's at least my understanding as a true reverence is the true intent of that true devotion. That's what reverence is, the devotion that represents your true intent and the action. So here, it's all outwardly for show.
Yeah, he's emphasizing here. He says textual meaning. It's just they go to the letter of the law. Like some of these people also, pracharakas, they're very knowledgeable people. So you don't look at the left side of the thing. You should bharati, you should do like this. Some too much caught up in the rituality, forgetting that God is omnipresent, is everywhere in everything. They forget and they get into the ritual. This is what Swami says. If you really practice, you don't you really go to the. Yeah, that is why all the great masters, you see, they come when these Jews, Hebrews, they were following all the rituals. If you say, some might have watched even the movies or read the Bible, they were doing all the rituals, and the temple of Jerusalem, they were selling the pigeons, they were cutting the goats, killing the animals. Then Jesus said, yeah, you were practicing the letter of the law, not spiritual. You are not showing love. Those birds, poor birds, you are selling them and killing them. Then he goes and turns around and releases all those doves and even the coffers. He turns over. Is this a place of business? This is a temple of worship, or is a temple of business? And same thing. So many temples in India. If you go, I think can tell somehow. If you go to there, those priests, they will threaten you. If you give then you will go to hell. You will do. One time I remember in Kashi temple, their main temple Kashi is there. Then side temples will be there, mother. So just I go. That's why I put away. So that guy didn't do anything. So I took it, and my Highness is always cared too many things. So 100 rupees I want to give, but 500 came. I was up. Then I realized, hey, this guy doesn't have 100 rupees. No, if you take back 100 and you will get lost. God will get mad with you. Okay, you say, okay, take it. So they threaten you and do all this kind of thing. This is that's a business. If you don't do that, you will have this karma. Will this. So this is sad. That is what I'm telling. And they take advantage of innocent, particularly people. You will have to pay for this karma, these things. So then Jesus came and taught, hey, you go. That's why they didn't like him, because he was against the tradition they crucified. Same thing Buddha. When he came, all those Vedic rituals were doing, animal sacrifices in the name of Vedas they were doing. So he says that it's not what Vedas says, just ahimsa paramo dharma. He showed greatest dharma is ahimsa. And same thing, Swami, even higher, he just practice 5 values, nothing else. Sathya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema. So they tell a real what is important, not just doing these things. The rituals have a place, but don't caught up in those rituals. As our other speaker said, don't be in always the KG kindergarten levels. Go to post-graduation. Go to the real teachings, Lord. That is very important. That's why these great masters came. So you need to practice, not just only preach. And here I've learned with this, I think I always bring it back. All of you have read Shidi Sacharita, right? So Shidi Sacharita, anybody, you should read it, because that was his previous form. So there was one time the group of devotees were sitting with Shidi Baba, and his favorite, one of the favorite scriptures is Vishnu Sahasranamam for Shidi Baba. So there was one Ramdasi who every day he used to do it, Vishnu Sahasranamam. Then Baba said he has, as if he acted, he has some stomach problem. There in Maharashtra, the thing called Sonamukhi. Go and get the Sonamukhi, he said. So then he went there. And meanwhile, Baba went and took that Vishnu Sahasranamam book and gave to his one of the other disciples, other devotee, Shama. Another devotee was very close to him. So he gave. Oh, he said, no, that guy is a very short-tempered guy. He will come and scold, where is my book? Why did you take it? No, Baba, I don't want that. I can't deal with that guy. Please, I don't want. I am telling you, take it. He says, okay, if you tell, I have to take. And also, I don't know Sanskrit, Vishnu Sahasranama. I can't read and I can't understand. Why? No, I'm telling you, it is helpful. Even for me, Baba said, to show that when I'm in trouble, I had it and it helped me. So it's okay, Baba, you say that. Then meanwhile, that guy comes back, Ramdasi. Hey, where is my Vishnu Sahasranamam? He says, this guy has the Vishnu Sahasranamam. Yeah, you sent me back to the market to get the medicine, just an excuse to steal my book. Is this what? Oh, bad, he goes on scolding him left and right, you are a bad guy, this, that. Then if you don't give the book, I'll hit my head against the wall and break it. So he was very wild that time. And Baba interferes. Hey, you know by heart the whole Vishnu Sahasranamam. Every day you are reading. What did you learn by Vishnu Sahasranamam? You should have samata, not mamata. You are even attached to a book. Then how can you attain? What is the purpose of chanting Vishnu Sahasranamam? You should have, really a yogi, you should have samata, that means equanimity. Not mamata, attachment, and get mad and anger. So that is what practice. So he knows the Vishnu Sahasranamam daily, he was chanting, but he didn't have the meaning. So Baba told, he is not just chanting Vishnu Sahasranamam, but living it, practicing it by practicing the value samatvam. Like that, so it is easy to, but go on listening to these stories and what the Baba says, we go on changing ourselves. What we were before, what we are now, hopefully before the end of this life, we'll always be self-realized, liberated. Suma is happy, she says she'll be liberated. We'll all, let's aim high. So just, if we can't, when the avatar is here, if we don't, then will we be? So this is the chance. We all need to be intensely practice that. So we'll continue next week. Right.